Okay, good evening and welcome to our episode 26. As always, we'll start with our gratitude attitude. So please gently close your eyes, take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Take another deep breath. This time, relax some more. Take one more deep breath. And as you exhale, completely relax your muscles. Now, think of one thing that happened to you within the last 1 week that you are thankful for. Once you have identified that, think about why you are thankful for. And now, let's make it free. If you are by yourself, say it out loud what you are thankful for and why. If you are with someone, tell it to each other. Okay, so today let's talk about a topic which is one of the most basic concepts in all spirituality, our precious human life. Someone actually asked Buddha, how precious is this human life? And he had an interesting answer. He said, imagine there is a blind turtle in the vast ocean. Now, we all know how deep and vast the ocean is. Now, in this ocean, there is a golden ring floating around. Our blind turtle is swimming deep in this ocean. What are the chances of this blind turtle coming out on the surface? And when he comes out, his head gets stuck in this golden ring. Think about it. There must be billions to one or some crazy odds like that for it to happen, right? So there are theories as to how rare our human life is. And one school of thought is that we get this chance of a human life once in every 100,000 years on average. Does not mean that one cannot have back to back human lives, but in general, it's rare at about once in 100,000 years. So now we know that how rare this occasion is. Let's look at what makes it so special and what to do with it. A human being has an opportunity to work towards the liberation, even enlightenment. An animal does not have that opportunity because they are not capable of learning and practicing dharma. Only human beings have this opportunity to engage in spirituality, which leads to lasting happiness. And that's what makes human life precious. Another way to look at this is to realize that there are more than 7 billion human beings on this planet. Every one of us gets one life, and that's all. No matter who you are, rich, poor, powerful, layman, religious authority, non religious person, doesn't matter. Each person gets one shot at this life. You are no different than Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos in that sense. Steve Jobs actually tried everything in his power. He even got a liver transplant. But in the end, he could not buy more time. We can buy many cars, houses, all kinds of material things, but we cannot buy another life. So once this human life is over, it would be very difficult to find another human life, so that makes it a rare occurrence. So now that we understand that it's rare and it's precious, right? We must seize this opportunity and make the most of it. What does that mean? It means we use this human life to advance our spiritual practice, get one step closer to liberation and even enlightenment. That makes our life very meaningful. Every day, nearly 150,000 people die in this world. This is old statistics, about a year and a half old. So maybe during COVID, that actually has increased, I'm assuming. To quote His Holiness Dalai Lama, every day, think as you wake up, today I am fortunate to have woken up. I'm alive. I have a precious human life. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use all my energies to develop myself, to expand my heart out to others, to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. I'm going to have kind thoughts towards others. I'm not going to get angry or think badly about others. I'm going to benefit others as much as I can. Unquote. Sadhguru tells his followers to put an alarm on your watch, on a wristwatch, every hour which you are awake. And when the alarm goes off, just say it out loud: I'm still alive. Can you imagine how it will affect our daily lives and decision making process? I'm sure once we start appreciating our human life, we'll stop wasting a lot of time. We'll begin to let go of little things and focus on what matters. So it's a rare occurrence, it's a precious occurrence. So let's make sure that we seize that opportunity and don't let it waste. So today, let's contemplate that during our meditation, as always, we'll first begin with breathing exercises, right? We'll then settle down at our hearts, and then we'll just observe our mind. We'll watch our thoughts and just acknowledge them. If they arise, we won't chase them. Once we begin to observe deep peace within us, we'll contemplate: I have this precious human life. It comes around once in 100,000 years. So I must make the most out of this human life. And then we'll single pointedly concentrate on that determination, that We must make the most out of this human life by practicing spirituality. So that's the plan today. Let's get into our meditation posture. Gently close your eyes, get into a cross legged position if you can. If you are sitting in a chair or a sofa, just make sure your legs are straight. Keep your back upright. Keep your mouth just a little bit open so any tension you may have accumulated in your jaws disperses. And now take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. As you are breathing, focus on the sensation of your breath. Feel the cool air as you inhale. Feel the slightly warmer air at your nostrils when you breathe out. Focus on your breath for about a minute or so on your own. Imagine everything that happened before this moment melts away in light. Everything that has not yet happened doesn't matter anyway. Just stay in this moment. Feel the joy this moment brings and build on that joy into the next moment. Just focus your attention at your heart. If a thought comes, just acknowledge it. Don't chase it, and it should disappear. Enjoy the peace at your heart. If you find yourself chasing your thoughts, go back to sensation of your breath for about 10 breaths. The peace you feel at your heart, that is your true nature. Now, think about how rare this human life is. We get this opportunity once in 100,000 years. Out of 7 billion people, no one can buy another lifetime. All of us come with just one life on this planet. So it's a rare occurrence, it's a precious occurrence. We must make the most out of it. Contemplate that on your own for a minute or so. best way to make the most out of this human life is to work towards our spiritual practice. So make a determination. I must practice spirituality. Hold on to that determination single pointedly at your heart. If you lose your determination, go back to contemplation and then come back to your determination. Now, when you are ready, gently open your eyes. Okay, let's open up for any questions you may have. No questions. All right.
I will just say, Nira, one thing that we should consider ourselves lucky in a way that we can sleep peacefully every night, and we are still more lucky that we wake up without any problem in the morning.
That's right. And we wake up.
Yeah,
That's more important than anything else, right?
because we don't know when we sleep what's going to happen.
Exactly. 150,000 people die every day, right? That's an amazing statistics, right? So fact that we wake up and we are able to walk around and not bedridden, that itself is a blessing. Anyone else have a comment?
Don't even realize how important the life is.
It is.
And we take it for granted, auntie. See, that's the thing. How many times in a
Day
day?
comes and day goes, but we don't realize
That's right.
how important a single day or single hour of our life is.
Exactly, right? I mean, well, if one lives 80 years or 90 years, right? 30 years we sleep out of those 90 years.
Definitely.
So, but see, the challenge is that if we recognize that on a daily basis, then hopefully we'll make better decisions, right?
True. That is
We
very true.
we won't worry about nonsense and stupid things like we do every day, right? I mean, we get bogged down into minute little things which in a scheme of things has no effect in anyone's life, but sometimes we just get bogged down into that.
So we don't realize the value of the thing.
Exactly, exactly,
And
exactly.
the things which are not valuable, we realize those things.
Instantly, right? Somebody charged me $1 more, like whoa.
आधे आपके आधे तेरे आधे आपको
Exactly,
Spend
exactly.
$5 to recover the dollar.
Pardon me.
You spend $5 to recover that $1.
That's right. That's right. Uh,
So what? So let's. We are a lot more blessed than a lot of people. Correct.
absolutely.
In that case, is it something what we have been doing in our life to that has been helping us, or something?
So that's our karma, Chirag. Our karma has put us, maybe from this life, maybe from previous life, has put us where we are, right? We got an opportunity. We were born in certain situation which give us certain opportunity, right? If you think about it, same time you were born, some kid born in some African village did not have the opportunities you had, right?
Mm,
No fault of their own.
yeah.
So our previous karma has put us where we are, and then it's our job to make sure that a we make the most of it, we don't make it worse, right? Because next time around we want to have at least this much, if not better,
Yeah.
right? So it's our karma has put us where we are. That's why some people are healthy and other people have health issues. Some people are rich, other people don't have as much money. Some people are beautiful, other people are not as beautiful. All that has to do with your previous karma.
Mm,
But what about mm, present karma? This karma of this life
Absolutely.
also affects,
It
right?
also affects, absolutely. Your present karma absolutely makes an effect on your life. Think about what you went through of your entire life, right? Sometimes you can see, and sometimes Dar and I used to talk about it. If we see that, hey, we somebody cheated us, let's say for $100, right? We say, you know what, that came probably wrong way somehow to us, right? So and that's how it works, in a sense that it's not instantaneous. Which karma will ripen is not instantaneous. um, but every time you have a karma, it puts an imprint in your mind,
मम्मी
and
के
that
लिए आ
imprint,
गए वह गया.
pardon me, that imprint, when
Sentence.
it ripens, depends on a lot of environmental and other factors. You just don't know which karma will ripen at what time.
Yeah.
the grandma.
I
Ba,
think go ahead.
Ba always used to not eat in anybody's house, right? Means
Yeah,
I think it's similar to your parents as well.
yeah.
Um, the theory what she was telling me was only reason she does not is because she is not aware how the money or how the food has come on the table. So she did not want it to be part of the bad karma. I guess let's say that.
you
What
know
what what are you thinking behind that?
I absolutely agree. My dad always says that who makes the food and what they are thinking at that time makes an effect on you. And
Yeah,
I kind of noticed that, Chirag, in last 10 years I've been focusing on that. And when I focus, I notice, let's say I go to a restaurant and I eat something, and I will have a bad dream, like someone's going after someone and with violent and whatnot. And I'll tell Dara the next morning that, maybe the cook was thinking something nasty when he or she made that meal for us last night,
mm,
right? So person who cooks has a lot of influence on the food you eat. So uh, that's why my parents never at least my dad, never went out in his life. He
Yeah.
never ate at a restaurant.
Mm.
So what their mental focus is at the time when they are cooking also has an influence.
But you started thinking that that kind of thing happening to you after you went out to eat, right? For an example,
Right.
after you started getting deep into this, you had a similar thing before.
No, before I'm talking about 7-8 years ago, right? Where I had no, I mean, I was dabbling my toes into these things.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
last 4 years I advanced
yeah,
my practice, but those days it was not any meaningful practice at the time. Right? I was just hardly dabbling, maybe 5 minutes a day, if that,
yeah,
maybe a week, right? Um, but that I still haven't stopped eating out.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. Of course.
I should have, but I haven't.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
પેલું કહે ને, on એવા ઓડકાર, it is like that.
absolutely true, auntie. Absolutely true. 100%. 100% true. Okay. Any other comments?
No, I think that's enough.
It was a good eye-opening.
Good. Premal, Hetal, you guys have anything to add?
No, just soaking it in.
Good.
Count our blessings every day, though. Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the truth. How about you, Sapan Jagruti? All right, I'm going to stop recording.